Hello and welcome. My name is Sheep Thief, and today I'll be coming at you with some Rome 2 Total War analysis, and just sort of a general guide on how to deal with a certain type of player who plays, let me slow that down, who plays Rome. And there are high T Rome players who do the pre-Marian Roman composition. Those Rome players should be commended, exalted, complimented, shown praise, commended. Then there's the vast majority, which goes for really strong post-Marian reform units. And then that's a minority as well. The vast majority does a mix of them. It really should be two different factions, pre-Marian and post-Marian Rome. But it isn't. So, what you commonly see with Rome is, because they don't have much cavalry, you commonly see a bunch of infantry that's very heavy. They have a lot of armor, 95 armor, 95 armor, 90 armor. And then they have decent, auxiliary missile units that make it a little intimidating to approach Rome. So as you can see, he has 3 auxiliary Syrian slingers, which have a lot of armor. And they can really kind of mess up anything that they shoot at. This guy has a fair amount of cavalry, and the cavalry is one of the weaknesses. Like, their cavalry isn't amazing. And these players are often, because of what they commonly do, they're often a little bit unadventurous with their cavalry. So just before this gets started, I'll just talk about our composition. So I kind of went over his bunch of heavy infantry, Syrian archers, general's bodyguard, 2 legionary cavalry, or 3 legionary cavalry. I have a pike line of Hellenic Royal Guards, so that's elite pike units. 2 slingers, 2 Agrianian axemen, which are sort of like javelin, peltasts. Some Illyrian levies, and then 2 Aspis companion cavalry and an elephant. So what I do first is and this is what I would say for dealing with this kind of Roman player that, as you'll see what he does. You need to be really active with your missile cavalry. I would definitely take missile cavalry. I would also, against Rome, think about taking elephants or chariots. I am not a fan of the heavy scythed chariot that some of the eastern factions have. I am a fan of elephants, and I am a fan of the Iceni chariot, the cheaper, lighter chariot. I've gotten a bunch of kills with them against these players who play Rome like this aren't experienced. So this isn't like a good player won't play like this. But as you can see, the player is forming into a kind of circle instinctively, because he doesn't have he's feeling surrounded, because the concept of having ranged cavalry and being active with your cavalry is not occurring to him. So he's like, oh, I'm surrounded already, even though he hasn't even moved. So here we are. So I skirmish with this cavalry, and he tries shooting it with the Syrian archers. I think that this is okay. First of all, they're shooting uphill. You can see this is not a good line of sight for them. And we're not taking many losses, and we're wasting his ammo, and that's sort of fine with me. We got a ton of kills in there. And you see this, any way you can, this is terrible shots for them. I run out of the way and see the arrows. I don't know, you might have just seen the arrows fall short. So, wasted Syrian archer ammo for minimal losses, literally 1 loss, yeah. Got a cavalry down. So the theory about this is finish off the cavalry. Don't be discouraged by this. You just have to make some wise decisions and you can defeat them. So yeah, pick off the cavalry to make it so he truly has to be stuck in here. Then what you want to do is you don't want to approach these blocks of infantry head on. What the Romans want you to do is have to charge into them and be stuck in a melee with them and then have them slowly grind you down. So come in at an angle. The other reason to come in at an angle is these armored units and with their shields are like almost impossible to kill off with missiles, in my experience. Maybe with like the Parthian foot archers, like really good archer units, you could do it, but Rome can get so many of these units that it's sort of not worth it. I think one way you could deal with this kind of thing is go like Parthia and get like 6 units of Parthian foot archers. But I don't even think a Parthian foot archer could break one of these armored legionary units. But if you're going to try to hurt them at all, you do not want to shoot them from the front. And I'm not perfect with this, you'll probably see me shoot from the front, but what I'm kind of thinking by coming in at an angle like this is, first of all, dislodge him from his turtle circle. Also, in this game, if you shoot people from the back or the sides, you have a higher chance of doing damage. So right here we shot from the front and 0 damage, literally 0. Here, this one's shooting from the front, like getting absolutely no kills, and they literally never will. So this is stupid on my part. I'm probably focusing on something else at the moment. What I should be doing is with my slingers, and what I do, this is of course when I try to record this, nobody's perfect, you won't be perfect, but in theory what I should be doing here is hitting this unit right here, because its back and side is turned to my slingers. Now I think the main thing I was trying to do is just dislodge him a little bit. This is still the beginning of the game. I was trying to see if he'd like do a general advance, but he sort of fainted a little bit, and I kind of overreacted and backed up. I'm still microing my cav and stuff. As you can see, he's set on creating this sort of defensive circle in here. But so the other danger with Rome is all of these units have javelins. So like this Aspis coming in, you can see me microing it to kind of get in here to hopefully not take a javelin charge right here. Here we get some back shots with javelins, and as you can see, never mind, see, literally no kills, and these are javelins, so like, you at the very least, you need to be hitting from the back, and like, even from the back, as you just saw, it's not very good. So like, I'm just circling around trying to find a hole, and I see one right here, and I come in here. Another thing I would do against Rome is get some good melee cav, because if the only hole you have is to just take on a melee fight with their cavalry, you can definitely exploit that if your cavalry is just better, which this Aspis cavalry is certainly. This Aspis cavalry, some people say, is the best melee cav in the game. So this is good. I'm drawing them out. I sort of, but what you need to be careful of with your cavalry is these javelins that every single one of their infantry units can throw. So you got to be a little delicate. You need to be good with your like movement micro. Like, you can't just right click and forget about it. You need to. You saw me kind of like circling around, coming in at the right angle. And then what I need to be better at is like combined attacks. Like, it should be that there are multiple things happening right now. But I'm still kind of feeling this guy out. I was still not quite sure if he's gonna stick in this circle. If he's just waiting for me to use all my ammo with my Tarantines or something. But it became pretty clear that he's intent on just staying. Like when I saw stuff like that, He's coming forward, comes back, adjusts his circle, like he's not going anywhere. Head in with the Aspices again. And you see right here, I see like some of this infantry repositioning, and I think I could have gotten the charge off there, but I didn't want to eat the face, a ton of javelins to the face right there, and that opened up an opportunity to get some rear shots with the slingers. And are we gonna get a kill? Literally no. That's how strong this Roman infantry is. That's why noobs like this faction. Is it's like, I'm just gonna sit here. There's nothing you can do about it. I don't even think this guy's a noob. I think this guy's sort of an experienced player, but he's set in his ways. So I send my slingers forward, and at this point I kind of understand what he's up to, and I can't remember what I do here. At some point I start. Okay, yeah, I target the cavalry because I'm realizing it's doing nothing. I target the archers a little bit, but these Syrian archers, their armor is pretty good. What I should be targeting and what I do pretty quickly is just the general. So he kind of repositions, gets his army facing mine. It's a little bit less of a pure camp fest right now. He kind of shifted over this way a little bit. So you see here, slingers just directly, no damage whatsoever. You want to micro your, and here we go. I start hitting the general, which is the correct thing. And look, its back is turned to me. That's like literally a perfect target. I think we get a kill here. I'm almost out of ammo with my Tarentines at this point. As you can see with the elephants, you want to make sure you hold them back. I'm keeping them way back. You don't want them getting hit with arrows and especially javelins, because they can go berserk. And then you want them healthy to deliver a final blow once the general melee has broken out. You do not want to initiate with elephants. You do not want to. You also don't want to forget about your elephants, which can happen. But hold them back, not too far away, because they need to be able to get there, and they need to come around. Well, you'll see. You'll see. So he's sort of. What's outrageous about this is that he has these Syrian archers, so he could literally be like at least pushing forward with them and engaging with me a little bit, but he's just fine with just sitting here in a circle. He's not even shooting with them for some reason. So we start hitting the general, and they're finally doing some damage. He's facing the wrong way, so this is a beautiful target. He moves forward with them a little bit, and I was pretty close to them, so I backed up. But I'm starting to kind of get a feel for what this guy's up to, you know, 10 minutes into the game. What are we shooting at here? Are we still shooting at this? Yeah. Okay, so then I move forward, target the general again. Here I get a good charge, so there's a big opening here. This would have to reposition. And we get a nice charge on the cavalry. A nice charge here, but then I back out because this gets in and they do throw some javelins and kills a number of them. We actually end up dodging a fair amount of it. So that's what you got to watch out for with those javelins. If you catch a full face of javelins, you're going to lose a lot of cavalry. So I move up with the whole army at this point because I'm sensing, I can smell blood. His general is like is like facing the wrong direction. I now sense that this guy's just like decided he's just gonna stand here. So I'm getting a little more daring. I think some players get kind of angry. In fact, I do this. Like, when you encounter something that you are like, I can't beat this, I don't like this, you can get kind of like, I'm just gonna sit here. And that's the wrong thing to do. Like, this guy should be pushing forward, trying to like flank my infantry, and then he can, if he kills off all this infantry, then you can really just sit in a square. But and if he can kill the elephants, he can really just sit in a square if he wants to. But he's so set on like, oh, he brought all this missile cav, there's nothing I can do against it, I just have to sit here, let him use his ammo, that it's causing him to start to make mistakes. So I literally rout his general.
Advance!
I don't know if that's what this guy was actually thinking. I'm totally talking. I have no idea. This guy. But that's just the feeling I got. So yeah, there's a more solid javelin shot, and we lost about 9-10 units. And this is really good melee cav with a lot of armor. So you need to be careful of the Roman javelins. So no, this is where pikes are kind of good against Rome, is that almost any, like if this was Oathsworn, I don't think I would necessarily win this. What's good about pikes is they can outwear, this pikes, as far as I'm concerned, are the only thing that can outwear down Roman infantry, because like, that's by design. He could totally be beating me right now if he was just a little more active and got out of his shell here. Like if he just wrapped around here, crushed this unit, and then came around this way, he could do it on this side as well. He'd be fine. But, and if he had cav, and if, you know, but, so the Syrian archers like wear everything down, but this is where the elephants come in. Like this looks pretty bad for me. But I tie up this unit over here. What he should be doing right now is shooting the elephants with the Syrian archers. And so what I should be doing is, actually what I should be doing is hitting the back of this unit and then pinging into this. But instead I go straight for that, which is a mistake. But at this point I'm kind of just, so yeah, the Aspists do get on top of those things, and then here come the elephants. And so what you want to do with the elephants is, and it's another reason pikes are good, is you just leave, you need to micro your elephants completely until they're dead. So I stampeded, charged one, and then you need to start microing them by just moving them through the enemy units, and as you can see, they just like stomp over things, and look at that. Just a line of dead bodies. And this, in my opinion, is the only way that you can like decisively slaughter Roman infantry. You need to tie them up, and then this is the secret sauce, is the elephants. You need elephants or chariots in order to just like take care of this. And as you can see, that elephant charge just literally, how long was that? 30 seconds? Just cleaned that entire line. Now better players will turn their will get javelin shots off, but because of the pikes, the infantry expended their javelins on the pikes. And then also the other thing is that better players don't play like this in the first place. So but yeah, the elephants. This is my main recommendation for fighting against Rome spammers. If you're like, how do I beat this? Elephants. And just be a little bit delicate, patient, and look at this. And then he quit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, the elephant got almost 700 kills. Everything else didn't do that great, but they made space for the elephants. And as you can see, yeah, these Syrian archers are nasty. All this infantry is nasty. It's all like pretty brutal. So I hope that helped you guys. I hope you liked the analysis. Yeah, I might do another one just to because I beat a Rome player in pretty much exactly well this Rome player is way better, but I'll do an analysis of that too. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.